Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 91 of the Yarnivore Podcast. I am Sadie, I am your hostess, and this is take 4. There has been some serious calamity. There have been phone calls, there have been cat quakes, there have been hissing matches, and I am finally recording again. This lovely shawl, it was knit for me by my friend Dawn, who used to be on the Wolf Farms podcast, so it's gorgeous and I love it, and it's perfect for the weather today because there's just a little bit of sun that keeps trying to come out, and yeah, I'm wearing a cold shoulder top, so figured why not. So let's start at the start. I have a finished object, just one, and it is the March Desert Vista Dye Works socks, which are the Share colorway on the Zine base, which is the 75, 20, and 5 Superwash Merino Nylon Stellina. And I just wung the pattern. I think I used US, usually I use US 1, which is a 2.25, but I'm 90% sure this is a 2.5 or a US 2, or 1.5. It's 2.5 millimeter needle. I'm pretty sure it's a 2.5, but they're done, which means I get to start thinking about April. I think I might do my Franken socks in April. You're allowed one pair of Franken socks, and I think I might do knee highs, toe up knee highs, because I'm crazy. I'm crazy like that. So Wednesday night, I was making vegetable gyoza for supper, and I cut my thumb. And that sucked, but it was fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Not a lot of blood. We're okay. No trip to the hospital or anything, but I had to wear a Band-Aid. So that stalled my knitting a little bit. And then I was playing with the dog, with the husband, and he accidentally got my hand with his phone. And so I have a big old bruise, and my thumb hurts to use. So I couldn't knit Wednesday night. Thursday I struggled with knitting, and today I'm going to try knitting some more, but really in the grand scheme of things it's been hard the last few days to get any knitting done because of the thumbs being thummy. So the 3 things that have gotten work while I was gone, while I was doing things, the winter wheat cardigan. I finished the sleeve I was working on. I did not win yarn chicken. It was about an inch short, but I don't think it matters in the sleeve. I don't think anyone's going to care, and then I'm not going to put it in the second sleeve, and that'll be fine. So I finished the first sleeve. I seamed the body because it says to seam the body after you do, they have you do a little short row thing to shape the armpit better, and then you continue onward with the sleeve. So I'm on the second sleeve, but again, that was when I was slightly injured. So here she is in all her masterful glory. Here's the first sleeve. You can tell that this one is a little short, but that's fine. I don't care. I made up for it elsewise, and this is how far I am on the second sleeve. And so the body, which used to be like a giant, this used to be all open. I mattressed the whole thing closed. So now it's pretty much done. Here, my shawl fell off, so why don't I show you? Why don't I try it on for you? Let's see here. Not sure which side is supposed to close at the front. I know I put a button band on. I think it's on this side. I'm not 100% sure. It might be this side. I don't know. I don't even know if I should bother with a button band because I like wearing it open. So, Kachansky would love to eat the string. Here we go. Ta-da! Move my chair back a bit. So, this is where everything got Kitchenered. It's a huge long row. And, yeah, if you are on Instagram, you would have seen pictures of it. It's very comfy. It's cozy. It's, let me have my yarn. Let me have my yarn. Now I'm gonna have 2 cats wanting the yarn. This could be very bad. This could be very, very bad. Come here. Let me have my yarn. I know you want to eat it. I know. I'll get you some of your own. So It's comfy, it's cozy, it's warm. It's not exceptionally warm because it is fingering, but it is, it's almost done. I just have to do the sleeve. I'm hoping to get the sleeve done this week. It'd be nice to be like, here's a finished object, because I've been working on this since 2016. I'm not sure if you know that, but I looked it up in my, like I actually recorded it in Ravelry when I started it, and it was the summer of 2016, so it's been a while. And I'm knitting the extra large size. This is the extra large size, if anyone was wondering. I know a few people have wondered about the body shape, if it would work on our body shape, because I'm a big girl and everybody wants to see how the big girls wear it. Yeah. Sorry, need my scarf. First, it's chilly in here. It's chilly, so we'll just put my shawl back on. And it does fit rather nice, and it does look good on our silhouette, even though the stripes are going the wrong way. As my mother would say, the stripes are going the wrong way. It doesn't. It looks pretty decent. It's comfy. Let me see here. I will have almost a full skein of undertow left over. I only had one skein. It called for 2, but I saw the yardage that's actually used like 420, so I only used one skein of Run Through the Jungle, which is why I ran out, and I'm not going to be able to put it in the second sleeve. But you can totally wing that if you want to. Old Leaves, which I'm currently on my second skein of. I think there's still some in the shop. This is all Knitter's Nightmare, by the way. All Knitter's Nightmare. And there's yarn in the shop that I showed you. It's live. Some of it is sold out, some of it isn't, so... And there's going to be an update next weekend, probably, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe this week. I haven't decided yet. So, Old Leaves. And that is the second skein, and you do basically the whole arm in it, so you do need the 2 skeins. This is what I have left over of Toxic, which called for 2 skeins. And so when I was scanning, or when I was caking the undertow, there was a kerfuffle between the skein and the cat, and so I had to break it. So that is actually what's left over, and I have to do 2-inch bands on the sleeve, but that's not really a lot now, is it? Then for the contrasting, I was using some leftover True Love, which is Volmisa, and there we go. And it's, I'm trying to get, welcome to Washington, folks. So that's what I have left over. I will probably end up using a fair bit of this because the sleeve is basically almost solid in this color. But still, not bad. Not bad at all. And it'll be good to have it done because pretty much every other sweater I want to start is fingering weight, and I decided that I would only do like I have 2 fingering weight sweaters on the needles at once, and I decided that was like my limit. So everything just keeps falling. Today is a falling episode. We'll just call it the falling. And it still fits in my Schnuffletier bag by Tracy, but I can't close it at this point. But that's okay, because it's an extra large with like several extra skeins, and I'm okay with that. And my chair is creaking too, so I apologize. But yeah, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sweaters planned out on the bed over here. And of them, 1 is not fingering. 1. And it's sport weight. So, like, I mean, that's just, yeah. So Thursday, I went out to coffee with my friend Tabitha, who is the Stitch and Narwhal. And we were hanging out, and we came across knitters and a knit group, which was awesome. And I managed to get some work done on the Sunset Highway, which I'm doing out of the Diamond Traditional Sock. Tradition Sock by Diamond Luxury. There we go. And I have started my second skein of gray. It takes 3 skeins, so I'm getting there. I am in the portion of stockinette hell. So I have all of the top done. And I believe this one I'm doing an XL as well. I might be doing the large. It's either the XL or the L. And at this point, it's stockinette. I have 8 inches. I need 7 more. I think I got an inch or 2 done since you've last seen it. I am using my Chiagu 3.5 millimeters or US 4s. I also have the ribbing one in here, which I believe is a 2.75. You don't have to quote me. But I have them here so I can tell you. 2.75, a US 2. Really? 2.75 is a 2? I think it was a 2.5. Either way. So I have loads of yarn left to go, and I have loads of stockinette knitting left to go, but I'm getting somewhere. And I'll be able to wear it. That's the back side, because you can see the neckline shaping. That's the front side. This, of course, is by Caitlin, or not Caitlin French. This is Caitlin Hunter, Boyland Knitworks. The winter wheat, I forget who it's by. It's been so long I've been working on it, and I don't have the printed pattern. But the show notes will be in the Ravelry group for this episode, so you can go and there will be a link to each of the patterns discussed in case you want to find out who did winter wheat or you want to add it to your queue. The Ravelry group will have all the show notes. So yeah, I'm getting somewhere on this one, but we're in mindless stockinette territory, so but since I'm not working on a pair of stripy socks right now because I don't want to start another pair till April, this has been getting some love in my Fat Squirrel Fibers bag. Lastly, the last thing that got some work, if I can lean. If you have time to lean, you have time to clean. In my bird leg bags, medium, forget what she's calling this. It's like a medium super bag or something. It's the one with the canvasy outside that's great, and it's got spots inside for your various accoutrements. Can you see? Not on that side. See, I've got little pockets in here that I'm storing the different thingies. This is the Ninilchik Swan Show, which is also by Caitlin Hunter. Apparently, I'm only doing things by Boyland Knitworks, or I think that's her thing. I'm only doing her patterns right now. Like, oh my goodness, why don't I just cast on another one? I don't think I have any of her other ones in my plans yet, but now this is all smunched up. I did go up a needle, or not a needle, I went up these are on my Knitter's Pride interchangeables, and I went up a cable size, but it's still a bit on the small side for what I'm doing, but they're always going to be that way because I'm big. It's a US 6 4mm that I'm currently working with. I am into the 4th chart, possibly. There we go. It's so hard to show you guys. But basically, this is I think this is the biggest one right before you are done. I love it. I love the way this looks. I love the way it feels. I want to wear it now. I really should finish this soon, because this is all done with DK. So it's going like gangbusters. It's flying right by. It's just a matter of me jumping around from thing to thing. And because I have like that little on the one sweater, I just keep wanting to work on it. So Aquarius, the Socks That Rock Heavyweight, is this one, which I love. I'm obsessed with this blue. If you haven't noticed, I have this blue in almost everything right now. I'm in a blue mood. Just a blue mood. Not really, I'm not in a blue mood, but. And then we Will Tell You All of Our Secrets, which was dyed with alum, cochineal, or was mordanted with alum and is cochineal and logwood, and that would be this gorgeous purpley color. We have Fat Squirrel Fibers, the Walnut Base, DK Weight, and Pumpkin Puss House. And apparently I have hiccups. Why do I have hiccups? And that's this gorgeous dark gray. Shaded dark gray. Because again, gray. Everything's gray. I love gray. And then Plumpy Sun Angel in the Cake DK by Blue Moon, which I picked up at Madrona. And that's my major colorway. That's my main. And it's gorgeous, and I love it. It's very tonal. And yeah, so that's where I'm at with this one. Plugging away on it, I am using my Andre Sue Knits Gargoyle-y Dude to mark my spots. I'm using a Decor Noir Crow on my Sunset Highway. Just readjust here. And then I don't have any stitch markers on the Winter Wheat. I'm just going to town on that one. So yes. Oh, I should also tell everyone there's a new addition to our family, and she won't be appearing on this episode because she is in quarantine. We just got her yesterday. Not quarantine, but as she adjusts, like we've got 2 pets already, and there goes the bag. So as they adjust and she adjusts, if you're following me on Instagram, you probably saw her, and I will put a picture of her at the end so you can see her. She's decided her name is Mouse. I call her Little Miss Mouse, and the husband calls her Mouse. It's a Dresden Files reference, and she was originally named Shayla. We went to the Humane Society yesterday to look at kittens, and she decided she was coming home with us. She is originally from Los Angeles. She was rescued from a high kill shelter and brought up here. She has an eye problem, basically. She's between 10 months and a year old, and at some point she was in a really bad fight, and thusly her cornea was scarred. It has healed itself, and veterinarians have signed off on everything, but in the meantime, it makes her eye look really bad. And it does not hurt her. It does not cause her any problems. Her peripheral vision is kind of iffy on that side, but that's not slowing her down or stopping her from being a kitten. So she is our new addition. I think we're now full for the time being, or at least until we, you know, buy a house somewhere and settle down. But yeah, so we do have a new addition, and she is adorable. Oh, she's so full of love. But I have Kachansky and Sassy in here with me, so I cannot have her in here. Plus, she's just adjusting. She's been here for less than 24 hours. And the shop update went live. It's doing well. Again, if you saw any yarns that you would like, a couple have sold out. I will be replenishing those either this week or this weekend. Not this weekend, next week or next weekend. There will be dyeing going on. And yeah. If you need show notes, they are available on the Ravelry group. You can always like, subscribe, and share on YouTube to make sure that this gets seen by more people if you would like. And I will see everybody again next week. Happy knitting!